I think should we get to Omni-Man?
Let's go. This is what people came for.
All right, we're going to walk through now how Omni-Man with the cameo of Tremor plays.
Okay,
All right,
that's what I want to see.
So, Omni-Man is a very simple character to describe. He is a powerhouse brawler that has super speed.
So he's not a grappler, he's a brawler.
Who are really fast.
Okay.
We've had a lot of characters that are super strong, and he kind of combines them in pretty neat.
I had someone trying to tell me that he was going to be a grappler, but I didn't see any grab. Oh, I saw like one or two.
They are pretty straightforward. He punches, and he punches really hard.
Okay.
All the punching. All the
Yeah.
punching. Throwing the haymaker.
It's basically like
Exactly
like
right. This
Jax
is not a martial
with his
art.
cyber arms.
You know, he's not. There's not a lot of finesse here.
Right.
One of the first moves I'd like to show is his forward 4, which is like his pretty good advancing mid.
Oh, I can see you could combo with that.
A lot of his moves are high, so this is kind of one you want to use when you want to go mid.
Blam.
Is that a string right there?
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, at the end is just a 1+3 input.
You know I love them.
Right. Another really good mid up close is his back 1, and it has 2 options. Back 1 pops them up,
Okay.
and back 1 2
Push them away.
mid and is safer.
I really hope he's got some cool air combos, but
Right.
we'll have to wait, I guess.
Well, I'm sure we'll see some. He also has some really interesting mix-ups to open up the opponent. For example,
this is what I wanna
his
see.
sweep is pretty unique because he drops down
Interesting.
and does extra damage
Yeah, but let's ending the combo though.
super fast.
What a show off.
He also has forward 3 where he literally just stomps the ground and creates an earthquake.
Oh, that's cool.
And then I think this is one of his coolest moves. He has an awesome long-range overhead where he zips across the screen super
Okay.
fast.
It's a good. I guess that's a combo ender.
Behind you and knock you down.
And that's just the button.
Yeah, it's just forward 2.
What?
What if you enhance it?
Really good range.
If you enhance it, that
That's
has to
all-
pop
that's
you
all
up,
I'm gonna
right?
need. That's it.
Yeah, you can mix that up with the sweep.
Man, he just loves putting people's
I lo-
faces in the ground.
I like that move is also
let's go
aerial.
over
You can probably combo off that one.
Yeah.
One unique thing about Omni-Man is he actually has a lot of aerial mobility. All of his special moves can be done in the air. He has ground and air versions of all of them, which is pretty unique to MK. First one I'd like to show is the Mega Clap. Puts his hands together. It's not padded.
That's the Hulk clap.
Sends them very far. It's a great combo ender with Punisher, kind of mid-range footsie tool.
Could you almost use it like
Wait, is that
zoning,
full
too?
screen?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Keep them in, keep them out.
No.
EX
Doesn't
version-
go full screen.
Not full
Okay.
screen, but the EX version goes even further and will destroy projectiles.
Oh, okay. Man, he's just turning it around.
You
Everything
can
he
destroy
does.
projectiles with a
Also
regular move that's not
has
enhanced. That's kind of busted.
Big charge mover. He literally just like charges in with his chest. And we've all learned in the 90s in N64 wrestling games that you can
Bro,
get
what
your
the-
chest
Yeah.
out.
It's
you're
just
blocking
fucking
it.
belly flops on
You
him.
can just barge in. And the EX version has arms.
That just
So
looks
it's kind of
silly, dude.
dancing. You think they're gonna do like a projectile, you want to get in. Kind of similar to like a Johnny Cage Shadow Cat.
That's interesting.
Another special movie has that, and you'll see this, being able to close the gap is a reoccurring theme with Omni-Man.
Gotcha.
He
He wants
has
to get in
this.
there and punch.
So with Omni-Man, apparently you don't run into a wall, the wall runs into you. Like that's literally the freaking wall.
Exactly. Torpedo move.
Hey, the Raiden.
Superhero classic. He can do this in the
That's
air,
Raiden's thing.
downwards. To pop the opponent up.
That's
Another
Raiden. That's
great
basically Raiden's
full screen.
flying Raiden without electricity.
It's very quick.
So this is interesting.
That shit is fast, though. I can go
If you
front.
do it on the ground, you're not following up.
Correct. But if you do it in the air, you get to
Oh.
pop out.
I also really like.
I can see you
how,
comboing into
the
that.
blood
It's
from
super
his opponent
fast.
gets onto
'Cause I know I
his-
tried to do something
onto
similar
his
with
costume.
Raiden, but his thing was too slow.
It's pretty awesome. Like I know that we get blood on everybody,
Sure.
but for some reason on him it just looks real cool.
It's just kind of iconic with
Yeah.
him, you know.
Yes. So then let's go over his most interesting special move that I think really sets him apart.
Okay. Oh, the shoulder.
So it's
I mean
down Mercury,
the cross.
And he starts hovering in the air. And from here, he has 4 different moves plus a bunch of mobility options. Let's start with the mobility. You can cancel it, but you can also warp forward
Oh,
What the fuck?
extremely quickly.
Holy shit, that's fast.
And again, he can do this in the air like all of his special moves.
this is pretty awesome.
But we'll go over his moves. The
It
first
seems a bit
one
unfair
is-
for the slower people who have slower reaction.
And this is like his main combo starter. You can quickly go into it.
That connects. Oh, that's cool.
Go into it
Oh, he's gonna be
better.
strong.
Just dragging people in the dirt.
He also has this move where he zooms across super fast behind you. That's a great combo ender. It's a great check. You think the opponent might try to like throw something out when he's in the stance. You
Damn, bro, let my man land.
He also has an overhead from anywhere on screen. He drops down.
So it tracks.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's
And then
basically a Shao Kahn
lastly,
stomp.
Big anti-air uppercut. And he zooms across.
That's cool.
And then covers all the upward space. So it's kind of like the upward
For people who are jumping too
version
much.
of the zip behind you.
I just love that spine break.
It's so cool. I like the facial animation. So then the question is, how am I supposed to go into this stance when you're doing projectiles, you're doing long-range normals and all that, and he's just vulnerable floating there, right?
Well, I don't think
Wrong.
he is.
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
so.
no.
His moves are too fast to be
So in Viltrumite's stance, when he does it, he's immune to all fireballs. They will literally just pass through him as long as he's in it, and that includes in the air.
What?
Then
That's
Hold
the
on.
coolest stuff I've ever seen.
it's
No
definitely
way.
It's pretty awesome.
immune to all fireballs. They will literally just pass through him as long as he's in it. And
So
that
you don't even
includes
have
in
to
the air.
do anything. It just automatically dodges.
some
That's
of the coolest stuff I've
interesting.
ever seen.
It's definitely
It's
awesome.
I
pretty
thought that
awesome.
was gonna be some kind of enhanced ability to
Starts
do
up
that.
faster and also
How long can you hold that
makes him
shit?
immune
Okay, that's a long
to
timer.
normal attacks as well.
Oh, okay. So I get it. So basically, for the projectiles, you just do the regular one, and then when you want to block, when you want to dodge strings, you have to enhance it. That's cool. I like that. I like that actually.
Finding
So-
times to use that's gonna be really interesting.
Yes.
Having to spend bar to
And
dodge
again,
regular
you can
combos, that's good.
compare. The EX version is very quick.
It's gonna be embarrassing too.
It is very
That's
cool.
awesome. I love it.
And then lastly, for his mobility, he has a unique air dash. This actually has a physical hit attached to it. It doesn't just pass through the opponent. So you can see,
So my question, if that only blocks regular light attacks, if you see someone's gonna dodge all those, so you don't do the full string. If you stop mid string and then grab, does that work, or does that count as a regular move? I don't think so. I think it would work because it's not like a regular attack. Cause they didn't say if it impacted grabs, so that could be a way you can get out of that.
he spins the opponent around for a free hit.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can do two as long as you have meters, so you can do stuff like
Ooh, okay, I like that.
do some really cool flashy combos. So you can
That's
use that
what I want to see.
hit,
This is what I wanted to see. Why didn't they put stuff like this in the trailer?
and it'll always have that physical hit. So again, to recap that, if you just do it for the first time, it doesn't take any meter. But if you want to do it twice, like in a combo like I showed,
Right.
it's going to take a bar. Similar to how
Okay.
Natal works.
Very cool.
So I think in general, Omni-Man's a pretty simple powerhouse character to play, but he's got great mobility options, great offensive ability, and I think the Viltrumite stance is going to be super interesting. To
And
see.
people, yeah, people sometimes like of my level probably. When you hear stance, you get a little scared. But his stance is actually not it's not your
No.
typical like. It's not that hard to use, really.
Right, it is not really hard to use, and he was not meant to be. He is
Right.
meant to be like.
Right, it's not gonna be like Kenshi. That wouldn't make sense. Like Omni-Man should be very new user friendly.
Went with, and I think they really
It
nailed it.
shows, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Super cool. I love it.
yeah, I think he's going to be really cool. So would you guys like to see Tremor?
I think we would.
Of course, we'd like to see
You know
Tremor.
what? Let's just save it for another day, Reed.
Just save
Just
it?
save it for another day.
I'm gonna vote yes.
All right.
All right,
I'm
I
swayed.
guess
Okay.
we'll do
Okay.
it.
All right.
So Tremor's one of the most interesting cameos in the game, and I can't wait to see our players use him because he has more moves than any of the original roster cameos.
Okay.
Let's see how it works.
I wonder
Let's
why
do
they
it,
made
let's
it
do
like
it.
that though.
So
Is that gonna be
now
all the
Tremor
characters or
gets
just
more
Tremor and Pacific?
Forces, but he really made his big playable debut in
Specific,
NKS,
not
where he
Pacific.
got
Correct.
3 variations.
Yes.
And that's something our design team wanted to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually go Aftershock, Metallic, and Crystalline, and he has a different set of moves in each stance. So I'll show how it works. He starts with Aftershock. You can even see his life bar, and he's like the brown, rocky, kind of traditional looking clobbering time Tremor.
Right.
So he has 3 moves when he's in Aftershock. He has his Rock Punch. It's exactly what you'd expect. He just kind
Lunge
of
and
comes
punch.
in,
Yep.
it's safe on block, it knocks you away. You can use it to end your strings.
Okay.
He also has Up Punch.
Okay, it's another pop up.
Starter.
That's awesome.
Which
For people who don't have a pop-up, that's great.
Yes.
And then lastly, he has the ground pound, where he comes in, he does a low, and
Okay.
then pieces out. So if you have a really good overhead,
Honestly, I probably would just use the uppercut one and the low one.
Instant. You can also have a mid-screen low that's almost
So good.
which is pretty awesome.
And that's just a knockdown. Hard-
Exactly, right.
And so you would say Aftershock, he's sort of the attacker.
Yeah,
The
I would say
offensive
it's,
one?
it's
Yeah.
offensive, it's pretty basic, it's
Yeah.
the most kind of standard tremor,
Right.
kind of the one you, like base, which is why it's the default one.
Right.
So then at any time you hit R1 and he'll come out and he'll cycle to the next one.
Ooh.
Tower. Now he has an entirely new set of moves, and they're all lava based. He has his lava burst, which is like your mid-range, safe kind of. There's no reason not to use it.
What is the point of that though?
Anti-air lava burst.
Okay, that makes more
And this
sense.
is really, really cool. He has this bowling ball, which is a low, and if you hold it, it becomes an overhead.
Okay.
Oh,
So
that's
you've
awesome.
got kind of mid-range attacks, plus a 50-50 from full screen that you can mix up.
Throwing friggin' mud balls.
Again,
So then-
straight of MKX. It's so cool.
Right, and so then that gives you also zoning abilities or a projectile if you have a character that is lacking that,
Exactly.
which is awesome.
Or
I wouldn't call it
if you
zoning
really
specifically because it's only like
you can go
you
that
have 2
way.
bars of zoning. Zoning should be more like if you can keep using it.
This can be a low that is gonna make them wanna
It's
jump,
more of like a
without
safe way to get in my opinion.
and then be doing this. It's just all kind. I think the creative freedom in the cameo system is the coolest part of the game, right?
Can't agree more.
Yep.
Yes. So stop nerfing the cameos into the
Okay.
ground.
Crystalline.
People have been looking forward to this.
Yeah, Ed kind of teased it, and I think a lot of people guessed some of the stuff he could do.
Yeah, totally.
So in Crystalline, he has 2 attacks.
Only
He
2?
has Crystalline Burst, which will reflect projectiles.
Okay.
And then the big one, and a lot of people were like, there's no way they're going to do that. We did. Crystalline Armor. So once he has Crystalline Armor, it's doomsday for the opponent. Oops, I was too slow. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. So he's going to summon the armor. And he will just absorb attacks like an absolute badass.
Beast.
Right.
Okay, so this is like the opposite of
The
Sub-Zero.
way this works,
So basically, Sub-Zero's cameo, his shield blocks projectiles. This one is gonna probably block all things. If I'm being honest, it's probably gonna block range weapons, and it's gonna block physical things. So you can break through
once
people's
you summon,
combos.
Like I said, it'll go through it. And it goes in a particular order. And if you hold down in R1, it goes the opposite order. So you could go
Gotcha.
from
Oh,
Crystalline
okay.
to
So that's a good way to be able to cycle
and
through them.
skip, metallic in between, if that makes sense. It's like
Yeah.
recycling.
Yeah.
So there is definitely a skill
Yes.
cap on like people who can go back and forth and know what you're
Exactly.
doing. So like yes, they have a lot of moves, but yes, you have to be cycling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to
You
manage
always
that.
are gonna-
What's
you're
with the
gonna have to
counter at the
manage
top of the
order
screen?
you're in, because you cannot
Like
go
this
from
here.
Aftershock
Does this have to do with
to-
Tremor's
or sorry, you
trend
go from metallic to Aftershock
Tremor's, like,
and you
cycles?
go down, like you cycle back, if that makes sense. I just confused myself. But it'll make sense because there's only 3.
Right.
So
Right.
it's rather you
Right. So
go
this
which order.
is Tremor's
And there's a
ability.
really, really, really
I don't know if they talked about it, but this is Tremor's abilities. If you hold the right R1 and switch it to 2, 1, or 3. I kind of wished it was more of the names than numbers, but it's okay.
really sets him apart. When you call him out, it's an ambush move, and you can transition into any of these attacks. So let me show you. Right now I'm in Crystalline. If I go to Aftershock and then immediately enter a back in R1, he will immediately, while still on screen, go into the ground pound. Like so.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Or next in the cycle is metallic. So let's say I wanted to do the bowling ball. I can do it that way. Or crystalline. I can do instant crystalline armor.
What the?
Interesting. Very cool.
You dodged.
So that means
She
all of
dodged the
his moves
crystalline armor.
can
That's
also
funny.
be ambush moves if you commit to bringing him out, swapping, and then immediately doing the move. Now that's going to be somewhat risky. They can get you out of it. You're
Okay.
gonna have to be where you are in the cycle and all that. So there's a lot of risk and a lot of thought that's going to go into it, but it's extremely powerful if you master the cycle. And I think it's one of the cooler mechanics in the game for cameos.
Excellent.
Very cool.
So that's that, huh?
I think we have one more thing to show.
Oh.
Okay.
his fatal blow, and the fatal blow attack that he goes into is pretty neat because again it uses speed. You can see here.
Sorry, I had to fast forward the fatal blow because YouTube and all that.
Yeah,
So
pretty
cool. So early access for Omni-Man is on the 9th,
That's right.
and then terminal will be out later this month.
Yep.
And in addition to that, too, we will be having free trial towers as well. So you'll be able to try Omni-Man for free if you did not have early access for it.
Yep. And that'll be in the gateway portal.
That's actually pretty cool. So say you didn't buy the season pass and you're able to test the fighter out before you buy them. I like that.
You should be.